All right, I've clicked us live. All right, guys, we're live. Welcome in. Thanks, guys, for hanging out. I'm Josh Critzer here with PNW Hockey Talk, and I'm pleased to be joined by the four Portland Winterhawks players who are returned back from Lincoln. Three of which are hanging out in quarantine. So just want to, guys, want to introduce yourselves and we'll get rolling. Cross, why don't we start with you?
All right, yeah, Cross Hanas back here, just getting this quarantine thing done with, so we can start playing again. So getting through it.
James, how about you?
Yep, James Stefan here, number 13 of the Portland Winterhawks. Same as Cross, just chilling in quarantine, ready to get it started.
Clay?
Yeah, how's it going? Same over here. You might be able to hear the echo. I got Cross in the background over here. But yeah, we're just chilling together in quarantine and excited to get back on the ice.
Yeah. Jack?
Yeah. Hey, Jack O'Brien. Yeah, I got here a week earlier than the other guys, so I've been enjoying some of Donnie's skates this week.
When you say Donnie skates, what do you mean by that? You getting back skated?
Yeah, a little bit. Just some conditioning stuff, getting back into it. I had a quarantine for a week, so there's nothing like being back on the ice and that intensity that it has.
Sure. So, guys, just kind of round table, just kind of throw out a question for you. We've got several fans kind of watching us live on YouTube, but so we'll take some questions from them as if some pop in. But just overall, how would you say your time was in Lincoln? Was it a good experience for you? Who wants to go first?
I'll start it off. I mean, for me, I think it was it was a good experience all around. I mean, we didn't know if we were going to play or not yet in the WHL and stuff, like from hearing the things, and so we kind of we made the decision to go there, and Mike let us go because we didn't know if we were going to start here or not. So we did that, and then the whole time there was it was a fun time. We had a lot of good guys in our team, made a lot of new friends, and the style of hockey is a little bit different than the WHL and the, stuff like that. But it was still good. It's still a competitive league and stuff like that. So I think we enjoyed our time.
Yeah, I can go next. Just like Cross said, we didn't really know if we were going to play yet, so it was too hard to turn down guaranteed games. It was like 40 or so guaranteed games, so that was pretty tough to turn down. I think it was definitely a learning experience. Trying out a different league, it was just like Cross said, it was like definitely a lot different. So yeah, it was definitely a learning experience, but I enjoyed it. Made a lot of new friends. The team was great.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun there, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. It was definitely a different league than the Western League. It was a little grittier, but like those guys said, it was kind of a learning experience, and we got guaranteed games there, so that was good.
Yeah, I think my time on Lincoln, obviously went through some adversity and through some injuries and stuff, but I think it was overall a really great learning experience, and we had such a great group of guys there that, even though that it was hard, that made it a lot easier just coming to the rink and being able to be around a great group of guys. And there's a lot of lessons that I think I can take moving forward in my career.
Yeah, I know you guys were presented, with a difficult challenge, not knowing with the Western League coming back, and the OHL wasn't looking like they were coming back, and NCAA starts to play games, and Minnesota high school starts playing games. Was that a tough decision for you guys? You had to make a challenging, like James, like you said, kind of guaranteed games. You're in your draft year. Some of you guys are trying to get signed. Just how hard is that, knowing that, if you make that decision, you might not be able to, start the year with Portland like ended up happening. You have to make the best decision you can with the information you had at the time, right?
Yeah, exactly. You nailed it right on. It was obviously Portland is, I think I can speak for all four of us. It would have been our first choice, but just with the information that we had at the time and kind of the way that things were going, it didn't look like the Western League was going to play. So for us as individuals, that was probably the best option for us at the time to go there.
Yeah, it was definitely a difficult decision. I mean, just like Clay said, for all of us, I mean, Portland's such a special place for us, and it's treated us so well, and it's such a high class organization. So it was hard to step away from it for the year. But yeah, it was definitely a difficult decision. But I mean, just like Clay said, those guaranteed games, I mean, it was hard to turn down.
And so going into a new team, I know you've all kind of joined new teams before, but what's that like? And I guess maybe let me take a step back first. How did you guys end up in Lincoln? So is there, one of you have rights, or how did you all, I guess, end up there and together? And just maybe that process, why Lincoln?
Well, I have a few buddies on the team. I played with like three of them, two or three of them for most of my youth hockey. So I knew that they were going up to Lincoln. So I knew kind of the organization and stuff. And I actually skated with the assistant coach for a little bit over the summer. So I got to know him, and he was kind of just joking that like it could be a backup option if the WHL never started. So that's kind of where the ball started rolling. And yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I heard from James because his dad is both of our agent, and yeah, like I knew James skated with the assistant coach Nick Pruzzi there, and it just we weren't allowed to come to Portland yet, so I know James and I went in and we were training with the team, and hopefully that the season in the dub was going to start, so we were just there and didn't really have much intention on playing games, but it was just kind of a tricky time, and we ended up staying there because we just weren't sure if we were going to play any games.
Yeah, for me and Clay, it was kind of like we kind of just heard from Jack and James that are just skating there and stuff, and then like they called us one night, just said like this was talked about, and like maybe it can happen if we don't start and stuff. We were just kind of at home, and sure enough, it just like one thing led to another, and we kind of just ended up doing it and stuff, and got to go there and play a few games. So it's kind of how me and Clay's kind of worked out.
Yeah. So now how about, James and Jack, you mentioned that you knew some of the players from your time with Little Caesars, but how would you say that the kind of that new team aspect went? How quickly were you able to get used to the new teammates?
Yeah, I mean, just like you said, I knew a couple kids going in. They have quite a few Michigan kids on the team, so that it was really nice knowing kids going in. And then even for the kids that I didn't know, I mean, right away I felt like when we came in, it kind of clicked. Like everyone got along so well. It was such a tight group that there weren't really any issues at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like a little different because just the region that James and I are from, it's just all the kids that were on that team in Lincoln, like I kind of knew them, or I played against them or played with them, and or heard about them at least. But it's a little just different than Portland, where there's a lot of Canadian guys that I might have never heard of before. And I mean, I love the guys here; they're all great, but just kind of the familiarity of all those guys, just kind of know them, and they're all great dudes.
I kind of knew a few guys just from like playing against, like growing up in youth hockey and stuff, like some of the O2s and like the O1s. Some of them I knew from like USA camps and stuff, but I mean, so I knew a few guys, not like unbelievably, but I still like knew of them and like knew them a bit. But yeah, but like there's so many good guys on that team that like we kind of just they gelled us in so quick and easy. It was good.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I didn't really know anyone there before that, but it didn't take long before we all became good buddies, and we all kind of gelled together.
Clay, did you get to play with Luke Middlestead at all? Did he come in towards the end? Because I believe you
he
know him,
was
right?
there the last 5 games. So me and him, we got a few shifts together here and there, and then there was also another kid from Minnesota named Henry Nelson, a defenseman that I played with there as well.
Gotcha. Did Luke have his state championship ring or banner or anything when he showed up?
I don't think they got it yet. I think
Okay.
they get their rings like probably sometime this summer, I'm guessing.
Sure, makes sense. So we got a question from somebody watching about one of the things you guys said. Were you guys guaranteed that you would get suited up in a certain number of games, or was it more that the league was just going to play?
Well, I think that kind of just goes hand in hand. Like the league was playing and they wanted us theirs like the weekend. That was just kind of like the amount of games that the team had left in the season. So that was kind of like our guaranteed numbers kind of thing like that.
Sure. Great. What would you say is the biggest difference hockey-wise between Lincoln and Portland? You guys mentioned a little bit grittier, but how would you describe the level of play in the USHL versus Portland?
Well, I would say that yeah, I mean, we already said grittier, but I think it's a little more of a little more chaotic, not as much structure as the Western League. But I mean, it can be good because that makes you kind of play on your on your toes a little more. There's a lot of good players in the league, but I think that there might be a little more skill set in major junior just because they keep the top, like the high draft picks in the league in major junior, where in the USHL they probably head out to college. But I mean, I think last year or this year, I guess, with the USHL, with guys coming back from college and there's guys from major junior that decided to go to the USHL. It was probably the best year the USHL has ever had in terms of like skill set and the players that they had in the league, which was always a positive.
Do you guys feel like you were able to play your Portland style, or was it more of like, all right, Lincoln has the way that they want to play, so you had to kind of adjust?
I think that, I mean, some of the structure was different, like obviously because it's two different teams, like neutral zone, stuff like that. That's obviously different, but I feel like that I feel like in some areas you had to change your game a little bit, but I feel like most of the part, I mean, for me at least, I could just play my game how I liked. And just like last year in Portland, like I feel like I could just play my game.
So how does James, you scored 10 goals, I think 28 points, somewhere in there, if I remember right. Does that help you gain confidence coming back to Portland, feeling like you're kind of already in game shape, got your scoring touch?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel like last year was a little bit of a down year. So, I mean, going into this year, I feel like I produced pretty well and definitely gained a lot of confidence back. So, yeah, just like you said, I mean, definitely builds a little bit of confidence coming back to Portland.
Yeah. Touch on leadership a little bit. Do some of these guys look up to you as you guys are playing major junior? Cross, maybe throw this one over to you about, being a drafted guy, with the Red Wings. Were you able to kind of take on a little bit more of a leadership role than you've had in years past?
I think for sure. I think the coaches kind of put it on me a little bit also, but I think a lot of it just comes from Portland also, just like kind of this what we're taught here, like the professionalism, all the stuff that we do with our bodies away from off the ice, how good we have to be and like keep our bodies and stuff. And I think all four of us really helped that organization out a lot because they didn't really do as much kind of stuff as we do in Portland. And we're just so used to that we kind of brought that little bit of professionality to kind of like how you got to cool down before games and you got to prepare better for games and practice and after practice and stuff like that. So I think the coaches were really happy with all four of us by kind of like bringing that aspect of hockey, like off the ice away or to the organization, to the team, like make them better and make kind of this, like grow the organization better for them. So they're proud of us for that.
Clay, I believe you picked up an A for, being an alternate. What did that mean to you?
Yeah, it was pretty cool to to be named an assistant captain after being there for only a month or two. But I mean, I think our whole team, we learned quite a bit as kind of the season went on. And I mean, I think guys without letters like James, Jack, and Cross, they were just as much of leaders as I was throughout the season.
Jack, for you, what was kind of I don't want to say your favorite part of Lincoln or your time there? What was kind of I guess what are you most thankful for over the last couple months?
I mean, I'm really thankful for my billets. They were great people and they took really great care of me. But I mean, I just loved coming to the rink every day, and I thought it was a really special group of guys, and I just really enjoyed my time coming to the rink every day. You know, we didn't have the greatest team, you know, on stat wise. You know, kind of we got better at the end of the year, but you know, when we were losing, I think we lost like 8 games in a row. Like we could have just, you know, said like, screw it, like no one's going to talk, like we're going to make it suck at the rink. But you know, the boys were trying to keep it positive, and you know, it wasn't a drag coming to the rink every day. And you know, I'm just really thankful that I had such a great group of guys there, and you know, made my time going to the rink more enjoyable.
How does Lincoln as a city compare to Portland? You know, from my understanding, it's maybe a little bit of a different style, a little, you know, different part of the country, maybe not quite as big. Football's maybe king there. What did you think of the city itself?
Yeah, it was a little more blue collared than Portland. I think it was a little more kind of country, I guess. But I mean, it was nice. The fans were always really loud. It felt like we were kind of playing in the middle of a party or something at the ice barn. But the city had a lot of character and a lot of, I think, down to earth people.
How is the kind of the pregame? Is it similar to Portland, where they a bunch of hyped up music and, you know, lights and stuff, or how's their barn compared to either the Moda Center or the Coliseum?
Well, obviously not really comparable to the Moda, and mostly to that VMC also. But it's an older. It only holds about just under 4,000, so it was pretty small, but it was a barn for sure. Everything. I mean, yeah, it was just old and I don't know. It was just grizzled and stuff. It was pretty cool. It had a lot. Put it that way.
It had a lot of what? What was that?
It had a lot of character to it.
A lot of character. Okay.
They had a pretty cool light show when we like get introduced, and they had the star drop there, and that was pretty sick. The building got pretty loud, and you'd skate through the middle. That was probably pretty cool.
Sure. I mean, you guys haven't maybe experienced with some of your Winterhawks teammates have of not playing in front of fans. What was it, you know, how was the entire time there in front of fans, or did it kind of gradually increase?
Yeah, we had fans at every home game. There was a limit. I mean, I think it progressively got better. So it was like around like 25% capacity at the start of the season, and then it started getting to 50, and I think it capped off around like 75, and then it was like probably like 1,500 people per night or so, maybe a little bit more. And then our last game of the season, they kind of lifted the ban a little bit, and we got like 3,500 people. So that was pretty cool.
Sure.
Other rinks around, like in different cities, kind of had different limits to theirs. Also, like I know Omaha had theirs at like 100 at the end of the year, and like Sioux Falls had 100, and so like on away games we got to like be in front of fans also.
How was the bus travel compared to Portland?
Oh, so much better. I mean, we'd have games where we'd have to drive like 40 minutes. I mean, the most was like maybe 5 hours, like twice we only did. So it was definitely a lot better.
Sure. How's their bus?
Just charter buses.
Sure. It's all the same to you?
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't as nice as the Portland one, obviously. They're just charter rentals.
Sure. But I mean, if you're only on it for 40 minutes, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got the job done. Got us from point A to point B.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So how about now back in Portland? I mean, obviously you're all super excited. You know, are and those of you who are still in quarantine, it's maybe tough. You're so close, but yet so far. But how excited are you to truly be back in Portland and be able to get into a couple games before the year's over?
I guess I'll take. I mean, I'm super excited. I've been waiting to get back for a while now since we started and stuff. Just obviously Portland's one of the best junior organizations in the world and stuff, and we're privileged to be here. So yeah, I mean, just everything from the coaching staff to the players to the style of game we play and stuff, and the league that we play against, just everything being back to that and top end stuff is just so I'm really excited for to get back to.
Is there kind of a chance at continuing on your season or improving your season, depending upon if you were happy with how your stats were in Lincoln? I guess you kind of see this as kind of one last chance to make an impression, or kind of re-elevate your draft stock or whatever it might be. How do you feel about being able to get back into games here?
I think we all see it just as an opportunity to showcase ourselves to our teammates and our coaches, and I guess people just watching the game in general. And I think just show that we got better over the summer in our time in Lincoln.
Have they talked to you at all about, are you going to be able to get into all six? Is that not to be known yet? Kind of where do you kind of stand? I think because there's 7 games left for the Winterhawks. Are you expecting to be able to get into all 6, or is it going to kind of be a rotation, do you think?
I think we're allowed to play up to 6, but I think it's to be determined if we're in or not in all of them. So we're not sure about that yet.
Sure. It's understandable. Guys, anything I missed about your time in Lincoln coming back here, where maybe anything that you wanted to share with the Portland fans that I didn't think of?
Not really, but I guess I just want to say that we're sorry that you guys can't come to the Winterhawks games, but hopefully next year you guys will be able to, and you guys are great fans, and we all appreciate you guys a lot.
And I think I know the answer, and I've tried to provide it multiple times to the questions that I've got, but you guys are back in Portland again next year, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Perfect. So, all right. So all the fans that are continuing to message me, yes, they are back. They are not going back to Lincoln. All right, guys. So I appreciate you answering my questions. Let's transition a little bit. Let's have some fun. Let's play a game of password. So we talked about this a little bit before. So for people who don't know how to play password or aren't quite as familiar, I'll just kind of walk through the game a little bit. And so what we're going to do is Cross and Clay are going to be on the same team, and Jack and James are going to be on the same team. And I will be sending each of them a password and a word that they have to try and get their teammate to guess. So for example, if I say sky is the password, they would have to use the word blue or something to try and get the clouds, or something to try and get their partner to be able to guess that. And they will take turns until someone gets it. And so I'll be sending that to them here, and I will be pasting that also in the YouTube chat, so that way fans know what the word is, so that way they can kind of play along. And so if they get it right on the first guess, they will get 10 points. If it takes a second guess, it goes to 9, all the way down to 0. We'll play to 60 or until we get bored with it. All right, so with that, we'll get started, and I'm going to put the password out into for you guys, and we'll get started. So give me just 1 second. All right, so Jack and Clay, you'll get it first. All right, so Jack, since you were back to Portland first, you have the choice of whether or not you want to go first with the clue or second with the clue. But if you go second, Clay might give a clue that Cross can get.
I'll let Clay go first.
All right, everybody understand how to play the game? So
Yeah.
this is okay. So this is one word, and you can only give a one-word clue. So all right, go ahead, Clay.
Portland.
City.
Yeah, nope. All right, so for 9 points, Jack.
Mike.
Coach.
Oh, Clay.
Logo.
Portland Winterhawks.
There you go. All right, so 8 points for Cross and Clay. All right, so for when you're trailing, you get to decide whether you go first or second. So we'll get the next word out to the group. So this will now be Cross and James. You'll get it.
This should be good.
All right. All right, and so James, you have the choice of whether you want to go first or whether you want to go second.
Second.
Okay, Cross, your first.
Play, ready?
Yeah.
Helmet.
Visor.
No, James.
Metal.
Say metal.
You got Cross's clue too.
Yeah, helmet and metal.
All right, we're gonna buzz you. All right.
Championship.
No. All right. Cross, back to you for 8 points.
Bill. Think of the first one I gave you too.
Cage.
Oh my.
No. All right, James, for 7 points.
A hand, like handle.
Handle. I don't know, like gear, hockey gear.
Nope. All right, Cross for 6.
This is hard. I don't even. Wait, Clay, don't say it yet. I don't even know what to say. I guess you can clean. Clean. Wash. You're not gonna get it, Clay.
All right, we're gonna buzz.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, we'll buzz. Back to James for 5.
I think me and James are lost too.
Water.
Beaches.
All right, we'll buzz this. We'll buzz this one out and give you guys a different one. The password was bucket.
Bucket.
Yeah.
Bucket.
Open.
Oh,
Yeah. All right, so no one gets that one. All right, so we'll go to the next one here. So this will be back to Clay and James.
Or Clay and Jack.
Or yeah, sorry, Clay and Jack. Thank you.
Jack, you want to go first?
Jack, do you want to go first or second?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Loser.
No, hang on, Clay. James gets to guess.
Silver.
Okay. Clay? Nope, that's wrong.
Like a silver medal. Uh-oh.
It said loser.
I
Yeah.
know.
Silver medal. Oh, okay.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know where I was going with that.
I don't even know where to go with this.
Well, I'll allow you guys, it's tough. So I'll allow you to use phrases if you want to.
Okay.
Like a quick phrase.
All right. Like maybe something you would call a jokester.
Clown.
No. Jack.
Like someone that like you call someone that like throw you under the bus or something.
Scumbag.
Nope. Maybe I need better passwords.
This is-
Clay.
You might. It's connected to a faucet.
Handle. Oh, that was
No.
bad.
No.
That was really bad.
What do you water your grass with?
Tool.
You water your grass with a tool?
Like someone you'd call like a loser. I mean,
What's
tool.
yeah. All right. Are we back up?
Yep, you're back up.
Like what's connected to the faucet that you like spray out?
A hose.
We'll call good enough. Good enough.
Oh, it's a hoser.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. It was a hose, you dumb.
Hoser. Okay, so that was 6 points. All right, I'm going to change it up a little bit. We'll
We're
make it,
really.
yeah.
That was a tough one.
All right, we're gonna make this a little bit easier. All right, so Cross and James, you're up. So here comes a different word for you.
Oh.
All right, so James, you want to go first or second?
I'll go first.
All right,
Captain.
Cheech.
there it is. We got it. All right, we figured it out. All right, 10
Dang.
points. All right, okay. We'll go to the next one. So now this one is going to Cross and
Clay and Jack.
yeah,
Or wait, no.
no,
Cross.
yeah, Cross and you. Yep.
Am I up first this time?
Technically, it's 14-10, so Jack and James are still first.
Okay.
James, you want to go first or second?
I'll go first.
Okay, and we're back to one word now, guys, since I'm making it easier for you.
Okay. Captain.
What?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Okay. I made it. Apparently, I swung too far the opposite
I think this
direction.
is way-
All right. All right. I clearly suck
Like
at
combat.
picking words. All right. Sorry, guys. All right. We'll give it a couple more here. Okay, so it's 20-14. So Clay, you can decide if you want to go first or second.
All right, we'll go first. 87.
Sidney Cross.
Yep, there it is.
I was gonna say.
All right. All right. Maybe there's a middle ground here somewhere. Haven't gotten you guys past that. All right, so let's give you another one here. So let's see who's up. It's Cross. Okay. All right, and James, you have the choice of going first or second.
I'll go first. TNT.
Oh my gosh, man. You're always taking all my stuff.
Goal.
Okay, yep. All right, look at you guys go. All right. Clearly, I suck at this. I either get us down to nothing or I get you guys on the first clue. So, so we'll give this a wrap here. Appreciate you guys kind of playing along.
No problem.
We'll find a different game for next time that's maybe a little bit easier, or maybe find a different host. So clearly I should stick to my day job, and we will. Okay, all right. I guess we got one more that's coming. So we'll give you one more, and we'll end on this one.
All right.
All right. So Clay and Jack, it's going to you. All right, so
In the book.
So let's see. So Clay, you guys get to go first since you're down.
All right. Embellishment.
That's what I was gonna say.
Flop.
What'd you say, Cross?
Flop.
No, Jack.
Embellishment.
Soccer.
No.
Clay.
Pool.
Pool. Embellishment.
Think about the other one I had. Embellishment and pool.
Which pool?
Like something you jump in, like the pool you jump into.
Oh, charades.
Diving.
There it is.
I don't know.
There it is. All right, Jack and James win.
That's a win.
That's a win. They get the W. All right. All right. We blame.
Ones.
We'll blame the host. We'll blame the host on this one. I'll
Charade.
come up.
Charades. Where'd you get charades out of that?
Well, I was thinking of that one game that you play like in the pool, but it's not charades.
That's Marco Polo.
Yeah, like that.
What would
Charades.
embellishment have to do with that?
I forgot. I said the wrong thing. I didn't mean charades.
All right. So as we wrap up, since you guys are the winners, Jack and James, you need to give a victory speech as if you would give it in a locker room. But PG, please.
Jack, go ahead.
Give me a victory speech.
No, boys, I don't know. We just absolutely dominated the opponent. You know, they just weren't good at all and just completely outsmarted them. And, you know, let's rest up and be ready for the next match.
All right, fair enough. I've tortured you guys long enough. You guys enjoy what's left of your quarantine. Jack, hopefully we'll see you maybe out there soon. The rest of you, again, we can't wait to have you guys back. I speak on behalf of all the Portland fans. Been asking about you a lot, following your games. I imagine the Lincoln Twitter feed probably got a few less followers today now that you all are back. So we're super excited you're here, and from we'll be hopefully talking to you guys after you guys put up a few points and as things progress along. So thank you so much for your time. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, Josh.
Guys.
Thank you.
Yep, thanks guys. Thanks, Cross.